Good morning, YouTubers. I'd like to welcome you all to the Budgie's Bus channel. I'd like to thank all our new and old subscribers. Without you, we wouldn't be carrying on with this videos. I'd like to thank all those that have viewed our channel and not subscribed. Please do click that subscribe button and the notification button and like and leave a comment. I'd ask you all, even our subscribers, to do the same, to leave the comment. It's a comment that gives us encouragement. I don't care if it's a criticism, it's all part of the learning curve with us doing the YouTube channel. Well, let's get on to the video. It's not going to be a very long one. Most of you have more than likely have been waiting for us to do the bike test this week. Unfortunately, here in North Wales the weather's been totally atrocious. We've had nothing but torrential rain, followed by gusts of wind, followed by torrential rain. It's been really bad, but hey ho, that's the privilege of living next to the coast. It comes with the terrain, doesn't it? Well, yesterday would have been the perfect day to have done it. It was gorgeous here, nice blue skies, hardly any wind, and you couldn't have asked for better. But I'm sorry to say, I went shopping. Carol stayed here with the granddaughter. Unfortunately, she's a bit poorly. But yeah, I got up at 6 o'clock yesterday morning to go down to Somerset to look at a motorhome. I know I was going to take you along with me on these jaunts, but unfortunately most of the motorhomes we've looked at, they've been so far away that we've had to actually get them to do a video walk round, or if I've got a YouTube channel with a video on, to have a look at it. Well, yesterday we drove 4.5 hours down to Somerset. I won't name the dealer, but I would not recommend them anyway. They say their name starts with a C, and they're in Wellington, just off the M5 down in Somerset. We first contacted them about 3 weeks ago, and we said we like the pictures, we like your specifications and all what you say about the vehicle. We would like a video tour of it, and we was told it's okay if you look on our page, there is a video. So we thought, great stuff. Well, we went back to actually their web page and we found the video. It comes up on YouTube. Let's just go for a funny part first. You all know Karen and I intentions was to downsize from a Burstner Argos 747-2, which is a tag axled Fiat Ducato, just under 30 foot long. I was going to look at a Burstner Argos 747 2G. So yes, we aren't downsizing, we're going back to exactly what we had before, but a newer model. Well, let's get back to the story. I got a call from them. Sorry, I'll get that right. I emailed them and said, well look, we're coming down the weekend, if it's still in stock, and we'll have a look at it. And I'm really interested. I'll be honest, I told them that. You know, people say it's naive to let them know, but yes, we were interested. He asked us to leave a minimum deposit just to make sure it was kept. So he took a £300 deposit off us. So 3 o'clock in the morning, sorry, 6 o'clock in the morning, I was up, and 7 o'clock I picked up my daughter's fiance Matt, who's a mechanic here in Fairbourne. If you want work done and you're in the Gwynedd area, north of Oxford Garage, just in Riog, outside Fairbourne. He's great. There you are, Matt, I'd give you a plug again. Well, Matt stopped off at the garage, picked up all his diagnostic equipment, And there, way hey, 4.5 hours later, we pulled into the showroom of the dealership. We went in and was told, oh, it's out the back, just go out there, it's unlocked, have a look at it. So we went over and we did an external tour first. At first glance it looked really nice, and then Matt noticed that the wheels had been blacked to make them look newer, and there were actually large cracks, I'd say a good 4 or 5 inches long, running parallel around the tyre with the rim. There was 3 of them like that. They were all different types of tyres, all mixed. Some were commercial tyres, some were camper tyres. So if any of you know, commercial tyres should not be put on a motorhome. They do not inflate above 65 psi, when most caravans can go up to 70 or more with the weight and the shape of the bodywork. So Mark pointed that out to us, and we then started looking a bit closer at the outside. The habitation door was twisted, so the bottom piece was just kinking out. It weren't far, but it was kinking out. So we started getting a bit suspicious, because if they had prepped this vehicle and it was all ready to go, then it should have had an MOT on it, and those tyres were illegal. So we goes inside, and we were totally surprised at what we came across. It looked nothing like the photos or the videos. So the outside of the vehicle was in the photos. I doubt the inside was from the same motorhome. Those that know the Burstner 747s, they know there's 2 types of layout. There's one with the 4 belts that face each other over the table. So you've got 4 seats, table, and then a long bench seat. That one was what we was looking at. So we looked at them, and first thing we did, we looked at the reclining bench seat, this long sofa, and all the 4 corners, top corners of the cushions had holes in. The foam had actually perished inside, and the metal framework for the reclining seat were actually cutting through the fabric. Then we looked at the overcab bed. The mattress had a tear in it. We tried the blinds up there, and although you had the slider for the fly screen, there was no fly screen. We pulled the blanking screen, what do you call it, blackout screen I should say, across, and there was lots of little holes and a few little tears at the edges. So we then started looking at all the other windows. I'd say 60% of the catches that shut the windows were cracked around where the mechanism is. And we looked at the skylights, and the 2 skylights that was in there had a similar problem, cracks radiating from where the hinges were on them ones. So yes, we knew that by then there was no way I was going to buy this motorhome. But we carried on looking around, and the one of the habitation lounge area, dining area windows didn't even have a fly screen. The blackout screen had started getting tatty at the edges and started to rip, and there was little holes starting to come in it as well. The one behind the bench seat had the fly screen, but it was yellow with nicotine. We then went further back, looked at the back windows, they were the same. The toilet window was the only one that had a clean blind in it, fly screen I should say. So then we started checking the cupboards. The wardrobe cupboard, one of the hinges was loose, so as you opened it the door dropped towards you. We went then to the kitchen cupboards, and 2 cupboards in the kitchen was the same. Then we started looking at the overhead lockers above the dining area and the bench seat, and they still had dried spaghetti laying there loose in the bottom, a tea bag and to be honest, you could see where something had been spilt and just left. The dealership couldn't even be bothered their backside to clean it. So we just, by then I said, come on, I'm going to tell the bloke he can stick it. So we went over and I was a bit more polite. I said, I'm sorry mate, I've sold a motorhome that is 20 years old and 10 times better than what that is out there. I said, it is a disgrace. You should have cleaned it. It should have been fit for purpose when we come to view it. And his attitude was, oh well, we put 20 grand aside on the price to cover all the repairs. And I thought, well, if they'd done that, why didn't they do the repairs instead of wait for me to point out little things that needed doing? Possibly was it that if I hadn't pointed these out, they wouldn't have been done and I would have to keep taking it all the way back down to there. So I told him, no, you can keep it, I'm not interested. So we went back to the car and we did a search on Google to see if there's any more motorhomes in the local area. And there was a dealership on the way home. It was just this, it was the Welsh side of the Severn Bridge. It was just outside Chepstow on the way into Gloucestershire. So we went up there, pulled up, didn't even tell them we was coming. We pulled up and you could tell straight away the vehicles were all spotless from the outside, nicely arranged so people can walk around them. And as we go through the gate, the gentleman came out and introduced himself and he made us feel welcome. I said, I come to look at the Burstner Argos, and he says, oh yeah, no problem. He went inside, gave me the keys. We said, well, is it okay if we test the engine? Matt's mechanic, we're going to do a diagnostic, make sure everything's up and working right. He said, yeah, go ahead. The time's yours, have a look. So we went down, we realised that it wasn't the Burstner Argos 747, it was the next model. It was the 748, which have an L-shaped dining area with a long bench seat instead of the 747, which sit opposite each other over the dining table. So we walked round. The tyres they hadn't blacked the wall of the tyres. All the tyres looked almost brand spanking new. Every one was a camper tyre, and Matt checked the ages and he said that you still got at least 10 years before the manufacturer's recommendation was to change them. So whoever owned it, well maintained, it got the right tyres put on. We walked around the outside. The decor, like most motorhomes, especially if you've got dark colour, this has got a grey on it. This started to fade, so that's something you can expect on a, what is it, a 9-year-old motorhome. So we opened it up, looked inside, and as soon as you went in, you could tell it had been cleaned. It was spotless all the way through. We checked all the seats, the recliners, everything worked perfect. Went through all the cupboards clean, toilet area was spotless, the pan of the toilet was spotless. So I was impressed. We checked all the blinds, all perfectly white, so that they must have cleaned the blinds, but we couldn't find any way of knowing if anyone smoked in it. We couldn't smell cigarette smoke. We couldn't see any nicotine staining on any of the white surfaces. So that was 2 good points straight away. We then opened up the bonnet, went to start it, the battery was flat. As soon as the bloke heard us trying to turn it over, he ran out with a battery jump starter and we turned it over, first turn, once the battery, and we was away. Matt plugged in the diagnostic. The only faults that came up were battery related, which was obvious because the battery was below 12 volts. So Matt reset the diagnostic and went through everything from seat belts to side lights. Everything was checked and everything came out perfect. So we thought, well, hey up, it looks like I'm going to get this one. So yes, I've gone back to a 30-foot motorhome for basically 3 of us. But no, that's not the problem. It was good. It's all nice suede seats. I was going to actually show you the video I took, but no, I'm going to wait until I get it. I'll give you a proper tour then. So we went in to see the dealer and we said we were interested, and I said come to a deal, and he said, well, what you looking at? And me being me, I said, how about 10% off the price? And he says, I'm sorry, we can't do that, not the way motorhomes are selling at the moment. Well, he agreed it after a lot of talking. They dropped it by £1.5 grand. So it was 3 years newer than the last one we looked at down in Wellington, and we got it for £500 less than what the other one was. So it shows you, you know, shop around and it can work. So yes, we have now put a deposit on it, and in a week and a half, 2 weeks, we're going to be the proud owner of a nice big 30-foot Burstner Argos 748-2G. I think my neighbours are going to be upset because it's going to have to be parked outside the house again. So no views of my beautiful house from the outside, because anyone across the road is going to see the motorhome. So, but like I say, that was it. It totally shows you two different motorhome companies. One knowing I'm coming, and one turned up without an appointment. The one that knew he was coming couldn't even be bothered his bum to clean it. They had tried to hide the cracks in the tyres by blackwalling them. They couldn't even bother to put the hinges back on the doors. The toilet didn't even look like it'd been cleaned. You know, it was yellowing around the top of the pan and around the trap. So I was totally disgusted with them, and I could not recommend anyone, unless you want to waste some of your money, go into this motorhome dealership. Like I say, the company name starts with a C. They're based in Wellington, just off the M5 down in Somerset. So there we go. Some bad news with one motorhome dealership, and the second one, I couldn't find a flaw anywhere in them. Everything was clean, everything was nice, all the lights work, everything works just perfectly. So yeah, in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I will give you a tour of our wheels. It's 2011. It's a bit older than what we wanted, but the other one we looked at for the size was 2009, and like I say, it was like chalk and cheese to look at. So thanks for watching us. I hope you didn't mind me rambling in this one. It was just to let you know what's been happening and how two different dealerships could be totally opposite. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, so every time we put up a channel you're going to get a fuzzy vibration in your trouser pockets. So there you go. There's not only one good bit of fun if you call us. But yes, stick with us. And today's quite nice, so unfortunately my granddaughter's not with us. She's had to go on a visitation, so we can't really go out with the bike today. If it's like this tomorrow, once the granddaughter's in school, we'll hit the road and give you the final review on the electric bikes. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for putting up with my waffle, and I will catch you in the next video. So as always, take care, stay safe, and most of all, happy travelling to you all. Bye for now.